I will say, the one thing that I hoped would happen, or the one thing that I have hoped would happen during this stream that hasn't yet, although it would be stressful, was like one of the most fun things from last year's winter subathon. Oh shit. One of the fun things from last year's winter subathon, I think. I mean, it was fun for me because it was fucking surprising. Was that chat, it's a weird room. Chat heard me basically say how badly I wanted to go to Korean barbecue. And straight up during the subathon went, well, go get it then. And so we went during, like, while the subathon was live, we went and got Korean barbecue. And this time I'm all proud of myself because I was like, I have the technology to take chat with me this time. Grayson's been doing this, Grayson's been doing this thing recently where, like, he thinks he's slick and that maybe he can wake up before everyone else does and go watch YouTube or play on his Switch. But since Amber gets up at 6 in the morning, sometimes he accidentally sets his alarm for 1 trying to be slick. Sometimes he sets his alarm for 4 trying to be slick. So it just means that every once in a while, when he is especially not addicted to screens, when Grayson is especially not addicted to screens, that sometimes he will set his alarm for like 3 o'clock in the morning to try to get up without us noticing and go downstairs so that he can fit in a brisk 3 hours of YouTube before school. If I were to completely drain my checking today, I could get it. Birth from cheese, don't do that. Come on, that's financially irresponsible. Don't give me all of your money. What kind of adult would do that? The first glitter bomb since we turned off the scary alerts.
I got put off like really like food challenge hot stuff. You're gonna laugh at this, chat. When my buddy and I started our YouTube channel, we got super excited when our YouTube channel hit 1,000 subscribers. That mattered back in the day. Like, that was hard. Like, my YouTube channel is not dormant, but it doesn't get the attention it used to get, and it's at 14,000 subs, and I feel like I haven't even earned that many with the content that I've put out over the years. But we hit 1,000 subs, and oh, Jesus, were we happy. And because of the 1,000 sub challenge being accomplished, I went to a place that Adam Richmond had gone to here in Richmond for Man vs. Food for a spicy hot wing challenge at a place called Caliente, or I think they called them the Stupid Wings Challenge, because you'd have to be stupid to try it. And they would make their sauce with pure liquid capsaicin extract, chipotle powder, and cayenne. The cayenne was so intense that I didn't eat it for like 3 years after. I couldn't, for the longest time, I couldn't taste cayenne pepper without feeling sick. I got through a wing and a half, and at one point I wiped my mouth on my shoulder, and then after I ate a wing and a half, I stirred for a little bit, I drank some milk, and then I promptly went out into the back alleyway and vomited. No, that's not true. I kept it in, went home, vomited. All of that liquid capsaicin came up and burnt me a second time on the way out. So I was at ground zero, as if I had just eaten the wing. I felt gross at 3 o'clock in the morning, so I took a shower, and the water activated the capsaicin that was in my skin from where I'd wiped my mouth on my shirt. The capsaicin had bled through the shirt and into my skin, and I had a lip-shaped welt on my left shoulder from where I was being burned by the sauce that had gone through the fabric of my shirt and into my skin. And then I went to work the next day. I was doing low voltage cable installation, and I was doing telecom installation for a brand new building, and I had to leave work at 1:30 instead of 5 because I had shit cramps all day long, and I was spending the entire day at work on the toilet anyway. So the job foreman basically said, "I'll just tell them that you got the flu, or that you had a head cold." And I went home at lunch and just shit fire again. And that put me off like aggressively hot food for a long time. And then with the stream, like 5-6 years later, with the stream and with videos and stuff, when viewers started sending me stuff, we would just kind of inch it forward and be like, you know, what about this sauce? And I'd be like, that's good. And they'd be like, what about this sauce? And I'd be like, that's good. I can't do it much hotter. And they'd be like, what about this sauce? And I'd say, no, that's too far. And I'd walk it back. But for a while there, people were obsessed with finding out what I felt about hot sauces. So they sent me, I had an entire shelf in my fridge that probably had 25 or 30 open bottles of hot sauce in it. And that just got to be too much. I felt like I was finding excuses to put hot sauce on everything just to use it so I could free up the shelf space. So now I just kind of keep around what I like. And what I like is like at an uncomfortable 5 out of 10. Right there in the upper middle. So, all right, let's go play a little more Isaac and then we'll switch to the Evil Within. Thanks for spending lunch with me.
The responsible thing to do is play the Evil Within, huh? Fuck. It is. I want to play Risk of Rain Returns. Rusty says, hear me out. All right. Risk of Rain Returns is new and you'll get more viewers. But where does that stop, Rusty? When do we get back to the sheet? When do we get back to the spreadsheet? We have a year's worth of video games on there, and they're being held up by this one. You make a compelling case. Amatolio, thank you for your lurk. I think it's just basically a Risk of Rain sequel. I just want to see. Oh God, how froggy am I feeling? Pretty fucking froggy. Let's go get to work. Who is it? Oh, good. It's the one I fucking can't stand. It hurts. That hurt real bad. I am super out of here. Yeesh. Oh my god. Oh my god. I got hit by like a red projectile off screen. Whatever, I'm back in it. Thanks for being live so I have something to watch while I'm working out right now. Hey man. Like I said, I'll stay live until we have to be on the news because we're live for so long. When Justin's went for like 22 days or whatever the hell that was. When Justin's went, oh my god, how do you have this active and still take bullet damage? When Justin's went for like 22 days, at one point he asked me whether or not I thought he should keep going, and I was like, I low-key feel like you owe it to all of us who can't do what you're doing right now to keep going. So there's one year where I just forgot to send them an address. I forgot to do a giveaway. I forgot to send them the address. So they sent it to my house. It wasn't DX Racer, but it was comparable. It was the something labs. Secret Labs? Is that right? Yeah, Secret Labs. They did a Secret Labs chair. So it shows up at my house. Dude pulls up in a delivery van, and I was like, I didn't order anything that would require a back brace. You know what I mean? Like I didn't order anything that required like fucking hard steel-toed boots. So this guy gets out and is like, Ryan Caps, and I was like, yeah. And he's like, you got a package. And he goes and he gets this heavy ass box out, and I look at it and it says Secret Labs chair, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh fuck. I didn't say like, oh fuck. I went, oh man. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. Is there something wrong? Was this not supposed to come to here or something? And I was like, no. I said, that's like, long story short, I'm a gamer, like a pro. Oh god, I hate saying it like this. I'm a pro gamer. And I did a lot of charity work, and they sent me a free gaming chair, and I don't need it. And so I just got to figure out where the hell I'm going to store this until I can find someone to give it to. And the guy goes, oh, wow, that's really cool. My kid plays a lot of games. And I was like, oh, yeah? And he's like, yeah, he'd go crazy if he knew I was talking to somebody who did it for a living. And I was like, well, it's not as glamorous as he thinks it is, but it is fun. And he's like, oh, man, he'd kill for a chair like this. And I went... You want it? And he goes, well, I mean, like, for how much? And I was like, I don't know. You got $40 on you? I was like, what do you have on you? And he goes, oh, God, yeah. Oh, wow. $40. And he breaks open his wallet and he's going through his wallet. Because I can tell he didn't want to take it. He wanted to pay for it, right? He was too proud to take it, but he wanted it. But he didn't want, like, he didn't have a lot of money. He didn't have money on him. Because he turns around and goes, oh, I don't have 40. I have 20. And I was like, that's so crazy. 20 was the first number I was going to throw out. That was my second offer. $20 it is. And he goes, really? Are you sure? And I was like, yeah, as long as your kid doesn't mind the fact that it says St. Jude's Children's Hospital right there. I was like, as long as your son doesn't mind that it says St. Jude on it. $20, it's yours. Alex, be quiet. So I was like, yeah, as long as you don't mind, man. He's like, no, he won't mind. Oh my God, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, please, just don't leave it in my house. Please don't leave that big fuck off box in my house. It's heavy as shit. I don't want to carry it inside. Like, I love St. Jude to death, but I don't need another goddamn chair. Please take this fucking chair off my driveway. I was starting to go a little loopy, man. I was like, please don't leave this here. I will take your $20 and you will get this goddamn thing out of my driveway. And he goes, all right, great. He's like, I got to finish my route. I'm going to leave it here. I'll help you move it back behind the fence, but you won't have to take it inside. And I'll come back in my truck and pick it up after my shift. And I was like, I'll be here, man. So he gives me $20. He comes back. He oohs and ahs. And he's like, oh, my son's going to be so happy because I told him that we didn't have any money for big presents this year. And, you know, this is the kind of thing that he'd freak out over if it was like an expected surprise. But we already kind of tempered his expectations because times are tight and all that. And I was like, yeah, dude, happy to do it. But he was getting himself ready to be called Dad of the Year for providing his son with a high-end gamer chair. And I'd have given it to him for free if I thought he would take it for free. But I think his pride prevented him. But he got it for $20. And I got that big fuck off box off my driveway. But that's like that's when I have not as much these days, but when I have literal piles of stuff that just accumulates here through like marketing or charity or conference swag or whatever, and I'm like, I'm on the verge of throwing some of this stuff out, but it would make somebody else's day. That's my ideal. That's like, if I could do that every time, if I could pause time and put us in a little bubble universe and just interview people and just be like, why do you need a pair of Astro headphones? And just pick the person who needed them the worst and was least likely to be able to get them on their own. And be like, they're yours. Enjoy. That just worked out really well. Yeah, that was a fun, that was a good story. Like, that was a feel-good story, because, like, I got to feel good because I got to do something nice for somebody, and that guy got to be Dad of the Year.
Is it stupid, chat, that I got really excited about getting these containers from, like, restaurants? Those make me very happy. I missed having those around from when I was working in restaurants, so I finally... You ever make something implausibly difficult to get in your head? Like, you convince yourself that you could never own such... Like, Amber used to not buy ginger root because she convinced herself that ginger was incredibly expensive. She can't give you a good reason why. But she convinced herself that ginger root, of all things, was just too expensive to buy in its raw root form. I was the same way with, like, something like this, where I was just like, I could never afford something like that, and I just kind of gave up on it. And I feel very silly about that now, because when I finally got, like, to a place where I was like, I need these containers, I went on Amazon. I was like, damn, why didn't I do this a while ago?
Rory's downstairs playing Hades.
Yeah, he is actually. Yeah, he just bought Hades. He's really been liking it. So, hey, maybe when he turns 13, he can do a Hades stream, because he's actually really dang good at it. Like, he's only had it for 2 days, and he's already super good.
Picked up Hollow Knight.
Yeah, he actually picked up Hollow Knight really fast. Literally from just watching me play. Like, it was my first run. I wasn't even that good. I was dying left, right, center, down, up, every single direction you can think of. I couldn't get past a single boss. And somehow, from watching me flip-flop all over the place with my singular brain cell, he managed to learn how to play semi-decently. Like, he had to hire Dad to get him past Hornets. But
Help.
yeah, he had to hire Dad to get him past Hornet. But other than that, he was really good, actually. For all of you first-time chatters in here, a bit confused as to why this channel branded with a mid-40s man doing a bunch of weird stuff has a child sitting right here. What's up?
Feeling a little hemmed in here. Ah, rookie, died for the first time. Yeah, I gotta say, for how cutesy it is, there's a lot more going on here than there is with like Vampire Survivors. Vampire Survivors more or less reached a point where I was just like, it's kind of like Isaac. Like I know if I take Brimstone, I win. I know that if I take Mom's Knife, I win, and that felt a little bit like what I was seeing with Vampire Survivors by the time I was done playing it. Not to say that they didn't do it well, they did it really well. The sandwich, is that not the most beautiful emote sandwich you've ever seen in your life? Even my emote artist, he's the one who drew it, and he's like, this might be the best sandwich I've ever drawn. He's a professional graphic designer. And I know for a fact that after he designed that sandwich, he sat and looked at it for a while and goes, this might be the best sandwich I've ever drawn. It was partially inspired by my love of Reubens, but you can tell that's not a Reuben. And so it's a marriage of a Reuben and my favorite cartoon sandwich of all time, the Dagwoods that Scooby and Shaggy would eat on Scooby-Doo. Because that's the kind of stuff that, like, as a kid, speaking of kids and food, as a kid, when I watched movies, the only thing I retained a lot of the time was the good-looking food in it. I am taking a beating. Yeah, the chip with multi-ball. I may not have weighed my options all the way there. I'll be honest with you. I don't like to read. That's kind of on me. I was really hoping for that bomb. I'm not gonna lie to you, chat. This one's gonna be close. Holy shit! I can't say I care for that. Oh, the stupid magician! Oh god, here we go. I died as I lived, chat. By my own terms. I died as I lived. Making some real crummy decisions, but enjoying the hell out of myself. It is bedtime.